This Porsche is a 2006 Cayman 3.4 S 6-speed manual, and I think you'll agree it's an absolutely beautiful car, but unfortunately this one's not without its issues. If you've seen our previous episodes and you've been watching our progress on the Cayman, you'll know that we bought this car in February. It had been crashed into a ditch, making it a Cat N, but it was also a Cat N for rear damage in 2010, so it's a bit of a story car. It's a double Cat N, but we've made progress on it, and you'll be pleased to know that in this video we're taking it for an MOT. We're going to get the wheel alignment done, and we're going to get it serviced, and then it's finally going to be in a position to have some bodywork done. Let's have a quick look around it anyway, because I don't think we've really showed it to you in too much detail. So far we've been on the drive, and in the first episode, you'll remember if you've watched it, we were fixing it in the dark in a salvage yard, which wasn't ideal. But what we've done is we've got the bumper on, we've fitted all the new clips and everything behind the bumper. I'll insert a little bit of footage of that. We've changed the daytime running light bulbs. These little bulbs just at the bottom, just there, have been changed. That was the deal breaker on the last episode. And everything's fitted back together, and it's looking rather sharp, or as sharp as it can look for the time being. This side is not its good side, unfortunately. This is where the damage occurred when it went into a ditch. So dents on this panel here. Very ill-fitting bumper. This is a replacement bumper. Watch our other videos and you'll see us fitting that bumper. We have bought some second-hand genuine Porsche wheels because it had some 997 turbo reps on it, which weren't very nice. And we fitted 4 brand new tyres. They're not N-rated, but they're Kumo, so a decent brand. And look at that. Such a sexy shape. Those hips, they look so... I'm going to be completely honest, guys, I prefer the Boxster, but the shape of it is way better than the Boxster. Such a nice design, isn't it? And it's really aged well. I think the later, the 981s and the 718s don't quite have that extreme curvature going on here, which is just so nice. Cat N, the start of this year, that was because the car was slid into a ditch. It was at low speed, but the damage occurred actually when the recovery driver dragged it out backwards. Cat N 2010 was some sort of, it must have been couldn't have been bad damage, but the paintwork has reacted, and it's actually reacted along the entire side of the car. So you can see, basically, this entire side needs painting. That is from my Lotus Esprit. I was really pissed off when I opened the door and scuffed the edge of the door on it. It's got a horrible exhaust, which we need to do something about. Apart from that, she's golden. It's looking pretty good. And it's a really nice spec as well, this car. I'll open both doors to let as much light in as possible. We'll pop the tailgate as well. For a mid-engine car, I think the packaging's really good. Engine's obviously sitting under here, but you've got boot space. There's a very large fruit or frunk at the front, depending on what you want to call it. Full leather in two-tone, black and grey. You can see the stitching on the door caps there. If you're looking at a Boxster or a Cayman and you want to see if it's got full leather, the quickest way to check is either side of the stereo. You just see those little bits of trim, if you can see stitching on those. And if you can't see grooves on the top of the dashboard, then you know it's got the full leather option. But this one goes further than that. It's got memory seats. It's got electric seats, which again is quite rare on these. Multifunction steering wheel in carbon. Factory fitted carbon door sills. Of course, it's got the manual gearbox. It's an S of 3.4. Crested headrests. The stereo is a cheap Chinese Apple CarPlay unit. And check this out, if you've not seen this in a Cayman or Boxster, how nice is this? Cup holders. You flip those out, and then you can close that again. You've got some very nicely designed Teutonic cup holders for your road trips. And it's got the Bose audio package and heated seats too. And you'll already know this if you've seen our previous videos, but we paid £4,000 for it. Quick tally up on the bill so far. Wheels and tyres were 800, drop link was 20 quid. We've bought new headlining material because that is a job that we also need to do at some point. That was 100 quid for the Alcantara headlining, a few other bits and pieces. So it owes us about 5,000 as it sits at the minute. It owes us about 5,000. And we already know what the answer is to this, but you're about to see Chris take it for an MOT, and shortly we will reveal whether or not it passed.
Right, we're going for an MOT test in the yellow Cayman. Exciting times. Ooh, is it going to pass? This thing goes quite well. I think we might have chosen the world's windiest day for this. Can't see nothing, but it's got here safely. Looks pretty good from this side as well, I might say. Not so good from the other side. Actually, I kind of sort of like the dent, if I'm honest. It's kind of cool, but I can't see any reasonable reason why the car shouldn't pass. So fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll get some shots of it on the ramp. Let's have a quick look underneath the car. So apparently it's blowing out the manifolds and I can actually hear it. And I know they are incredibly fun to take off. Wow, that oil filter looks fairly old. When was that last done? Oh yeah, that really is blowing. I can 100% hear that. I think it's the left-hand one. On the plus side, the under trays are more or less complete, I think, actually. I can't see a lot of under tray issues. All looks present and correct on the under tray front. Bit mucky, could do with a clean. Maybe we'll get them ice blasters on it, I don't know. Or just a pressure washer. Mine was originally missing this little short piece, but it's on this car. So we're okay for under trays, but yeah, we are definitely blowing. That's going to be our problem. Quite a bit of evidence still of coming off the road. A46 Leicester. I don't want Leicester, I want Nottingham. Let's go that way. A46 Nottingham. We're on the way. So, slightly brief blast. We have a ticket. We have an MOT ticket. Excellent news. There was a slight exhaust blow that he had spotted. Thankfully, there's a giant stag over there. Thankfully, that did not stop it passing emissions. It managed to get through. Once the car got hot, that was obviously enough to seal it up, and it could pass. So always make sure your car's nice and hot before going to your MOT. Which it was hottish, but it sat idle for a few moments and probably cooled down for a bit. So once it got a bit of temperature in the cats again, it passed. So happy days. It's the same story with my Boxster. I have to get that thing red hot for it to pass. It will not pass unless it is red hot. So it's not unusual for these cars. 987s are probably 997s are probably similar. I don't know. They take some getting hot. Anyway, so we're going back to Lew's house now. Break the good news to him.
What's this? There it is, the pass. We are very, very happy. I don't know why there's a bit of purple ribbon on there. That's something that the previous owner left in the glove box. So you can check online, put the reg in and have a look yourself. But it got one advisory, and that was for an exhaust manifold leaking, which is actually a massive pain to sort out. The studs on the manifold snap when you try and remove it, and it's an expensive part, and when you've got snap studs in the engine, it's really not good. So we're thinking of just monitoring that for now, maybe addressing that later. We just want to get some miles under its belt. So you've seen the MOT. What I'm going to do now is take it for a four-wheel alignment. I'll try and do some filming there if I can. If not, then I'll have to just post the results. And then later on in the video, me and Chris are going to service it, and we're going to split the oil filter to have a look for any sort of signs of scary metal particles in the oil filter, so we'll film that as well. Once the service and the alignment's done, and obviously the MOT's done now, we're in a position we can either take it straight for paint and get that done, or we can run it for a while and take it for paint in the future. We're undecided yet, and we'll let you guys know about it. But this will be, I think this will be the final video on the Cayman for now, and the plan is, now it's all sorted, hopefully after the end of this video, we'll get the Corvette ZR1 out, and we're going to be spending the next few videos on the ZR1, getting it out of its slumber, doing any minor repairs and catch-up work, and yeah, trying to get it ready for summer. So stay tuned.
Yellow Cayman in an embarrassing hitch. Dented wing, but not beyond a fix. We see potential in this old flat six. Replacement bumper, oil stain jumper. Panel by panel, fuel by T, and MOT anxiety. Resurrect the Cayman razor high. Gravel drive repairs under Nottingham sky. Hunter alignment tracks her true. Budget sports car dreams await me and you. Finally, it's for a score check and service time. She ain't showroom, but she's alive.
I hope you enjoyed that little AI music interlude there. If you're interested in how we make those AI songs, let us know in the comments. Maybe I could film a quick short on how we do that. But I do enjoy making them. Anyway, driving impressions of the Cayman S. I'm pleased to say it drives really well. I mean, I'm being fussy about the alignment really. It drives straight. I think the main thing is the camber is too negative. That's the main issue that I've got. But it just drives lovely. It's a very tactile analog car, but it's still refined and it still feels relatively modern. Like, it certainly doesn't feel like a 20-year-old car. If you haven't driven one, I'd recommend that you have a go in one. If you're looking for a sports car, Boxster or Cayman 987, whether it's an S or 2.7 or whatever, doesn't matter. These are just really nice cars. And there's a lot of horror stories on the internet about the bore scoring and IMS. I really believe that the true reality of that is that it's a very low failure rate. Yes, it's something that exists, but I wouldn't let it put me off buying one of these cars. I just think they're awesome value. But this one, I have to say, I'm pleased to report, I'm not noticing anything that I'm worried about. Brake pedals feels good, gearbox is fantastic, the clutch is really good, power delivery is exactly what you'd expect. It just seems like a good car. Fingers crossed, of course. And the blowing that you can hear on the exhaust is not as bad as it sounds on the video. But hopefully it'll be something that we can find a way around or find a fix for. It's not an easy repair, but hopefully we can do something about the blow. We don't know where the blow is, whether it's the manifold gasket or it's actually like a corroded manifold. Not really sure. Anyway, I'm nearly at the alignment centre now, so you'll join me there. I'm not sure if I'll be able to film that. I'm going to try to. If not, then I'm going to share the results with you anyway. Hopefully it's not suddenly going to be presented with a load of issues that we don't know about, but it certainly drives very, very well. And I'm looking forward to doing some miles in this Porsche.
Card or cash, mate?
Card, please.
Card, yeah?
Yep. Cheers.
Sorry, mate. That's the drink for you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Any nice parking?
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Cheers. Cheeky Burger King. I can eat that while they're doing the alignment. Right, we're here at the alignment centre, so I'm going to eat my Burger King and you're going to join me when the alignment's done. We'll see what happens. Wish me luck. Hopefully you won't find any major faults with the car, but you never know. Right then, we've had the alignment. Got it done at Nottingham Alignment Service. You've probably seen it in the video. He's done the best he can. Because it's got very low lowering springs, God that's hard to say, H&R springs, that you saw in a previous video, the camber is essentially fixed. We can't really do anything to adjust the camber to get it to sort of like factory spec. So it's still running a low camber. But there were some adjustments. I'll put that on the screen. You can pause it if you want to have a look. But there were several adjustments made. He said certain things were outside of the specified range. But hopefully, with the adjustments that he's made to the toe, etc., it should drive much better now. And to be fair, it did drive okay anyway. So I'm going to take it for a quick spin and see how it feels, and I'll report back. The other thing with that, running that negative camber, we're going to wear the tyres out quite quickly, and obviously they cost 500 quid. So try and avoid that if I can. So with that in mind, we might even put some standard springs on it or some different lowering springs. Right, let's do a few miles, see if we notice any difference. It's definitely driving in a straight line, so that's good. No vibration through the steering wheel. I did notice before there was a tiny bit of vibration through the steering wheel. So that's an improvement. Trouble is, driving around the city like I am now, you can't really get a sense of how the handling's improved or whether it feels different. So I'll have to go and find a nice road. I must say though, and they're not paying me to say this, Nottingham Alignment Services seem like a really friendly garage. Sometimes you go to a garage and they can be like any other sort of tradesman, I guess, a bit standoffish and not that warm. I didn't ask if I could film in there because I don't know them and I didn't think it was fair on him. He did let me look under the car, so that was good. And he showed me on the computer what the alignment values were and we talked through what changes he was going to make. So that was quite nice. And yeah, I would recommend them. If you're in Nottingham, you need wheel alignment, I'll post the link in the description. It definitely feels a bit more confidence-inspiring around the bends, so that's good. It just feels a little bit less twitchy. I mean, it wasn't too bad before, but feels pretty good now. So I've just got to keep an eye on that tyre wear really, and if it looks like they're starting to scrub on the inner tyres, we might change the springs. If not, we'll probably just leave it, to be honest. Alright then, let's put it into this corner and see how it handles. Yeah, it feels a lot better. Feels a lot better. So I'm pleased with that. 60 quid or so to get the wheel alignment checked. It's nice to know now that there's no major geometry problems. Obviously we've still got that camber because of the short springs, but other than that, pretty good. There's no reason at all why this couldn't be a perfectly usable car now every day. So we just need to make a decision really on whether to get the paintwork done now or whether to run it for a while. So let us know in the comments what you think you'd like us to do. Do you want us to get the paintwork done straight away, or would you prefer to see a few more videos maybe comparing this with one of the Corvettes, or we could put it on a dyno. I know Chris is planning to dyno the C5 soon, that he's done the cam mods to it, etc. So maybe we could take this car to the dyno and dyno it as well. So alignment complete, and you're going to join us next. I've not decided whether we're going to film it on my drive or at Chris's house. We're going to service this car, so we're going to do an oil change, look at the condition of the oil, change the pollen filter, change the oil filter and the air filter, and that will be it for this video. But hopefully, you know, at that point this should be a perfectly usable car, other than the little cosmetic foibles of course. Not sure where I'm going to be next, but don't go anywhere, and we're going to drop the oil on this Porsche very soon. It's a few days later and I'm really aching because I did a 20-mile walk yesterday, so if you see me hobbling around you'll know why. Anyway, we're on Chris's drive. We have our service kit, oil filter, air filter, cabin filter, new sump plug and washer. And what we're also going to do, and I bet some of you guys will be looking forward to seeing this, is we're going to use the endoscope camera, and we're going to have a look at the bores and see if we can see any evidence of scoring. When we drop the oil, the plan is to tear the filter open and try and see if we've got any metallic particles in the oil, so that'll be quite interesting. The car's nice and hot. Chris lives about, what, 20 miles away from me?
Yeah.
Yeah, 45 minutes in the car, so it's lovely and hot. The oil should come flowing out. Right, we're up in the air, and I know that some of you guys have said that we're not jacking cars up very safely with no axle stands.
Too sketchy.
It's a bit of a pain to jack up on this drive because there's a very slight slope, but the way that we've done it, if you've got a Cayman or a Boxster, maybe you want this might be a good tip or a bad tip, depends which way you look at it.
Screaming at us right now. Don't jack them up like that.
We've jacked up on that support there, and then we've got an axle stand around this side, an axle stand around this side, and an old Corvette tyre underneath it, and then just for added measure we've also got a wooden chock on the front wheel.
And not 29s dialed on the phone, ready to go.
We need to open the oil cap.
Oh, someone's old washcloth. It's perfect.
Got it?
Anything good under there? Looks pretty normal. That's how they look, I think.
Yeah.
That'll do.
That's the oil filter housing there, so that's got to come off. And that's full of mud. That's the sump plug. Chris is going to love me messing his lovely drive up with all of this debris. To be fair though, I'd rather it be on his drive than stuck to the underneath of the car. One day we'll power wash under here. And we've got one very clean oil pan.
Ready? What you've got to do is make sure some of it runs down your arm.
That's always the way, isn't it? Ready? Here we go. Looks quite black. I don't know if that's magnetic, but there's definitely no particles on there. That's coming off nice and easily. It is nice to have the right tools for the job, isn't it?
You wouldn't be able to get it off otherwise, I don't think.
And wish us luck that it's not full of loads of metallic particles.
It looks not too bad from immediate kind of look, I guess. It's always on the top. Has it got anything between all the veins?
Nothing crazy.
There's nothing in there, is there really?
No. Have you got a little something that I can cut it with?
Yeah. Maybe sharp enough.
Should be.
Oh, I definitely can't use that one again now.
Nope, hopefully the other one will fit. Here goes then, Chris.
Pull out that accordion.
So far though, it looks alright, doesn't it? Doesn't
I've not
look like
seen
there's
anything actually at all in it. Which is a really good sign.
Yeah.
That's absolutely, apart from one or two bits, perfect.
You'd expect a tiny bit of swarf.
You would, yeah.
But on that engine,
That's basically nothing.
for 109,000 or whatever,
Good news so far.
but I'll take that as a win, won't you?
Yeah, that's really nice.
Let me
There's
just
nothing-
pad that.
There's nothing of note on there, is there?
No.
That's nice. That's the only piece I've seen.
Just that little bit there.
It's that little tiny
Yeah, that bit.
bit. It's nothing, is it? That?
You happy with that?
That's the whole point of an oil filter, to capture those bits.
Let's get the new oil filter and O-ring in.
Got some.
Is this sided?
Don't
That just drops in like that, doesn't
think
it?
so.
Clicks in like that,
Perfect.
and then
You'll find out if it's sided if you've got no oil pressure on the way home.
new O-ring. There we go. So that's loaded now. I'm ready to go on, isn't it?
The other thing you should always not forget to put back in before you fill the oil up. The sump plug.
Okay, let's get this on then anyway.
How many times have people done that before?
Put that on there so I don't lose it. What's the torque setting for this?
I'll Google it. To Google.
Right, well what I'm going to do, just going to nip it up a little bit,
Yeah.
and then we'll torque both up afterwards.
Okay,
But I want to leave that draining. for now. Try and get every last drop of the shitty oil out of it. Quite a bit more coming out of it there. That should just help to get the last bits out. Okay, so let's get it jacked up and we'll put the sump plug back in and torque the sump plug and the oil filter back up.
There's Lou tidying up for once.
Yeah. Not making mess, actually preventing mess for once. That's rare, isn't it?
It is rare.
Oil. 7.9 litres apparently is the capacity. And we bought 20 litres.
Yeah, plenty.
It was cheaper to buy this. Chris can use it in his 987. It's a 5W40. It's not a mobile oil, which I think is what Porsche recommend. Is that right?
I think they want Mobile 1, don't they? Or 3000?
Either way, it's a Petronas oil, so it should be decent.
It should be
quality.
yeah, 3000. That's correct stuff. Yeah.
Fully synthetic 540.
Cool
So,
tech as well. That's good. Don't know
We'll
what that
load
does.
it up a quart at a time. but
Which is a
first-
litre for our European friends, more or less.
Is it just over or just under?
Just over a litre. Yeah. So pints 5, 6, 8, isn't it?
Yeah. So we'll load it up, litre by litre. But let's get those bolts torqued up now.
And hopefully we won't get oil all over my grass, so that'll kill it.
I've already got oil all over Chris's drive, which he's absolutely silently raging about.
Not silently raging. I'm very outwardly raging.
Right. So what are the torque specs?
19 foot-pounds for the oil filter.
Well, we've gone for a man filter rather than a woman filter on this one. Oh, that's actually done.
You're basically there anyway.
Yeah. Happy with that. Okay.
50 newton meters or 37 foot-pounds.
There we go.
Perfect.
Done. Wheels off then.
Yeah.
Spark plugs out. Get the endoscope up into the orifice. See what's going on.
Have you cleaned it since it's last time it was used?
What, the endoscope? I've sterilised it. Fully sterilised.
It was relatively clean. It might not have been absolutely perfect.
Nah, I don't think that's not engine stuff. That's grit.
Just grit off the.
I panicked for a minute then.
So what I'll do now.
So the spark plugs are here. Coil packs are out. One there, and one there. And that's what the coil packs look like. So these look like they're the later style Baru coil packs, which is good.
For reference, I've got an original one, so you can see how the difference is. It's basically, you need longer bolts, but that's an original one.
Yeah.
That gap, well that size, whatever you want to call it, mating surface or connection, or I don't know what you call it.
Causes them to fracture, doesn't it, I think?
These are, yeah, they crack here.
Yeah. These are the plugs that are in it. Denso iridium. You can't see it on the camera, but then they're not too rich or too lean.
Are they the ones with like a pointy arrow head on them?
Yeah.
The modern style.
They look like they're decent plugs in good condition. So let's get the endoscope out and get it in. We've got 3 willing participants with their orifices ready to be inspected. So this is the first one.
Oh my goodness, can't see anything in there actually. It might just be the top of the piston.
That one's fully up, isn't it? Probably.
I think it's fully up, that piston. Try and move, you can't see a lot there. Try moving around a bit.
No, that's fully up.
That's fully up, isn't it?
Okay, so that's the first one. Next one, ready?
Yeah. Oh, that can't be right. So far. Nothing to be seen at that angle.
Trouble is, it's
Difficult to see a great deal.
well, that's the liner, isn't it?
Here's the line.
The left-hand side, yeah.
Right and well, top left, yeah.
And that, to me, doesn't look like it's scored.
I can't see anything there. It's usually around here though, around the top and around the bottom. You can see it if it was.
It's hard to say, but that looks all right, doesn't it? All right, are we happy with that one?
Yeah, okay. That's about a medium way up, isn't it? It's not up or down that.
So
Hopefully
the last
third
one now.
will be down.
That's far up as well. The second one's the better one, isn't it, to view?
Yeah.
But not seeing anything that scares me.
So far, it all looks okay, doesn't it?
Coil packs are back on this side. Just got to fit this little bit of trim. Chris's neighbour with a rather nice Cobra replica there. I think that's got an LS3 in it. Trim's back on. We did notice that the exhaust, I'm surprised we didn't notice this before, the exhaust is touching on the inner arch there. I've tried to use a pry bar to tweak it down a bit, but it's not going anywhere, so we need to look at that as a separate job. Obviously we've checked this side with the bore scope, the other side we're going to do another day. For now, we're happy with what we've seen on that one cylinder that we got to look at. Didn't have any signs of any issues, so that gives us a bit of confidence. Plus, there's no swarf in the oil. So we can put the wheel back on, drop it down on the floor, fill the oil up, fit the pollen filter in the air filter, which is just there, and I can be on my merry way. And I might even be on time for my darling wife. I've promised I'll be back at a certain time, but we'll see. Probably be a bit late, I always am. Chris is going to kill me now because I'm going to use a pry bar to take this off.
Yeah, you're going to scratch up all the plastics.
No.
There we go.
No scratches at all.
I don't know what else you got here.
There we go.
That looks pretty typical. I mean, at least they did label it on the top, so
What, saying it's a Porsche?
yeah, on the intakes.
And the air filter, it's just 2 screws and then it just pulls out. That looks like it's seen better days, doesn't it? Does this just pull out or do you have to partially disassemble the airbox a bit more?
I think you just pull them out, but I'm not 100% sure. There you go, that's it. Perfect.
Oh,
That's not ideal.
no, you did. I've broken it
Perfect.
because there's another little screw there.
Ah, right.
But I
so,
don't think it really matters.
No.
Look at that.
That's good. Just needs blowing out. It'll be fine. Nothing wrong with that.
That looks like it's some K&N thing as well, doesn't it?
So
Oh,
it's
it comes with a new thing, but I've already snapped the tab off the thing.
So where on earth would you unscrew that if you want to do it the right way?
There's just one screw there. That's it. Have you got a drill?
I can do that.
Can you just drill a hole right just there?
Right in the corner.
Right where that scratches.
Yeah,
That's it.
I can do that.
One little hole drilled in that corner. So hopefully that should sort of line up and we should sort of be able to get the filter button down into there. So I'm going to do that off camera. Air filter's back on, slightly bodged with a little self tapper. So we get the engine cover back on and then we'll get some oil in it. And I am late now. 20 to 1, I said I'd be back at 1 o'clock. That's not going to happen, is it? So how many are we putting in then? But remember, I've got to drive home.
Well, yeah, let's put 6 in, put it on there. See what the reading is.
Okay.
You don't want to overfill it. Underfilled is better than overfilled.
I know. I know. Right. You've got a nice jug though.
I like a nice jug.
So we'll get 6 in, yeah?
I think get 6. Don't drive it down the drive, just run it without the engine running, you know what I mean? Just roll it down the drive.
Yeah.
See what that's saying, because you'll probably have a litre still sitting in there.
So we'll fill this up now and then just film what the oil level's saying. In fact, while you're filling that up, shall I do the pollen filter?
Do the pollen filters. It's going to take me quite a while, isn't it, to do 6 of these.
Is it under here somewhere? Yes, there it is, the pollen filter. A couple of T30s and then it should just slide out. That's not the worst pollen filter I've seen in the world, but it's definitely due a change. There we go. And the filter is nicely fitted. Job done. Let's put that trim back on. So is the oil?
Well, it's got 6 quarts in it.
6 quarts. And a little bit of a few millilitres on that.
Bit of card,
Yeah.
but at least it's not on the drive.
Which it would be if I did it. So, since these cars don't have a dipstick, the only way to check the oil level is off the key. But the trouble is, if you start the car, you have to wait half an hour or so for it to do a reading. So we've just rolled it back off the drive. Now we can check where we are with the oil. Saying half full.
Yeah, so I reckon another half jug will be absolutely perfect.
Right, that brings us to the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. I've absolutely got to dash because it's Easter Sunday and I'm late home. So, big progress. So we're happy that it's nice that it's had an oil change, but we're happy that there's no metallic particles in the oil filter. We did a bit of bore score checking. We want to spend more time on that, but we've run out of time today. But so far, so good. It looks all right, doesn't it?
And Brucey bonus, it's got new coil packs as well.
New coil packs. Plugs look good.
Aircon works.
Aircon
Can
works.
you believe it? Not used to that.
Pollen filters changed, so that's another good job. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode, guys, and we will see you for the next one. Happy Easter. Goodbye and have a lovely day.